ఎందరో మహానుభావులు అందరికీ నమస్కారాలు, అందరికీ వందనములు. ಇಂದಿನ ವಾರ ಶುಭವಾರ, ಇಂದಿನ ದಿನವು ಶುಭ ದಿನವು. ಸಂತ ತ್ಯಾಗರಾಜರು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ದರ್ಶನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಹಂಬಲಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತು ದಿವ್ಯ ದರ್ಶನದ ನಂತರ ಆನಂದ ಪರವಶರಾಗಿ ರಚಿಸಿ ಹಾಡಿರುವ ಕೃತಿಗಳನ್ನೊಳಗೊಂಡ ಸಂಗೀತ ಪಯಣಕ್ಕೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಗತ, ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೆರಡು ಮಾತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ತಾಯಿ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಎಂ ಇಂದಿರಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ತಂದೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಂ.ಎಲ್. ವೆಂಕಟರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರ ನೆನಪಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿರುವ 19ನೇ ವರ್ಷದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇದು. 2004ನೇ ವರ್ಷ 16ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಭಾನುವಾರ ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಕಚೇರಿ ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಸಂಪಗೋಡು ವಿಘ್ನರಾಜರವರಿಂದ ಆರಂಭವಾಗಿ ಯಾವ ವಿಘ್ನವೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಡಿನ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾವಂತ ವಿದುಷಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರುಗಳ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಲಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತೋಷ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಭ್ರಮಗಳು ಸಂದಿವೆ. ಇನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಹಿರಿಯ ಸಂಗೀತ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರು ಮತ್ತು ಕಿರಿಯ ಸಂಗೀತಾಸಕ್ತರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಿರು ಪರಿಚಯ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮುತ್ತಜ್ಜಿ ಮೋದೂರು ಅವ್ವ ನೂರಾರು ಕೃತಿಗಳನ್ನು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಕೈ ಬರಹದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ತುಂಬಿದ್ದರು. ನಮ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡಪ್ಪ ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಎಂ.ಎಸ್. ಭೀಮರಾಯರು ವೀಣಾ ಶೇಷಣ್ಣನವರ ಗುರುಕುಲವಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಣಾವಾದನವನ್ನು ಕಲಿತು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಶಿಷ್ಯರನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದರು. ಇವರ ಶಿಷ್ಯರೊಬ್ಬರು ಇವರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಂಡೋಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿ ಅನೇಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಇನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಚಿಕ್ಕಪ್ಪ ಗಾನಕಲಾಭೂಷಣ ಎಂ.ಆರ್. ದೊರೆಸ್ವಾಮಿಯವರು ಕೊಳಲು ವಾದನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಪರಂಪರೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ವಯಲಿನ್ ವಾದಕರು ಭದ್ರಾವತಿಯ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಯಲಿನ್ ನುಡಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಸಂಗೀತ ಪ್ರಿಯರು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಿಯಂ ನುಡಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ತ್ಯಾಗರಾಜರ ಕೀರ್ತನೆಗಳು ಹಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ನನ್ನ ಅಕ್ಕ ಮತ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಲಿಯುವ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹ ನೀಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕ ಪ್ರೇಮಲತಾ ಮಾಲೂರ್ ಹಾಡುಗಾರಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ 18ನೇ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿದ್ದಳು. ಮದುವೆ ನಂತರ ಬೊಂಬಾಯಿ ನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಷಣ್ಮುಗಾನಂದ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರನ್ ಎಂದೇ ಹೆಸರುವಾಸಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರಿಂದ ಅನೇಕ ಕೀರ್ತನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತಾ ಮುಂಬೈ ಆಕಾಶವಾಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ನನ್ನ ಅಕ್ಕನ ಮಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಮಾಲೂರ್ ಪಿಟೀಲು ವಾದಕನಾಗಿ ನ್ಯೂಜಿಲೆಂಡ್ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಶಿಷ್ಯರಿಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳನ್ನು ನುಡಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಪಕ್ಕವಾದ್ಯ ಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮೊಮ್ಮಗ ಸಿದ್ಧಾರ್ಥ್ ಭಾರದ್ವಾಜ್ ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಎ.ಪಿ. ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಳಲು ವಾದನವನ್ನು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಕ್ರೈಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ MA ಪದವಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದು ಸಂಗೀತವನ್ನೇ ತನ್ನ ವೃತ್ತಿಯನ್ನಾಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎರಡು ಮಾತು. ನಿಂದಾ ಟು ಆನಂದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ ಆನಂದಿಸಿ ಯುವ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರನ್ನು ಸಂಪರ್ಕಿಸಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರ ಏಳಿಗೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ವಿವರಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸೋಣ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Before we get lost in what is promised for the evening today, I have a couple of hygiene announcements. We are running short of space, so those children that are occupying the seats, I invite them to come forward and use the jamkhanas here. You'll get a better view and a more comfortable view so that you can leave space for the elders at the back. And 3, please make sure all your mobile phones are switched off. Thank you.
Check. Namaskaram. Just a small announcement before we begin. We are about to do Bhagavad Katha here today, and as per Shastrams, everybody is always welcome to Bhagavad Katha. So if you see an empty seat next to you, if you can move over, because I understand the corner seats may be difficult for people who are coming in now to go towards, so that we have space to accommodate everybody and spend this satsang together. We'll just be beginning in a minute. I do not know whether to begin saying Namaskaram or by saying Isala Kap Namde, but thank you for coming in such wonderful numbers and overwhelming numbers to witness and to experience and be part of one of the most extraordinary journeys of a Vagyekara. Because in addition to being a phenomenal music composer, Sadguru Thyagaraja Swami is an elevated soul, and it is a fortune for us to sit and understand the Hridayam, the heart of some of his compositions. And the reason that this is titled Ninda to Ananda is not to suggest that he began his journey with insulting or with belittling Rama and then eventually realized who he is. It is to show the path, it is to show this massive spectrum of emotions that a bhakta goes through in their journeys, and that is the point at which it stops being, it's not about an external Thyagaraja Swami's journey, but a journey that we can relate to. So with that bhavam, today, I think there cannot be a more appropriate start than if I can ask you to look at the beautiful picture that you have here of the Rama Darbar. And in this Darbar, if you see Madhye Neela Saroja Komala Ruchim Ramam Bhaje Shyamalam. In the center, amongst flanked by Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna, Anjaneya Swami, Sugriva, Jambavanta, and with Sita by his side, Ramachandra possibly is one of those devatas who has maximum protection. And Thyagaraja Swami caught hold of this because he says, when I look at devatas, I can see that they all have their parivaram around them. Each of them has their parivaram. Shiva has his parivaram, Vishnu has Ananta, Vishwaksena, Garuda, all of the Divya parivaram around him. But Rama, you are the one who has this parivaram around you that is making it difficult for me to reach you. Not just this, because they are all there as your bodyguards, I cannot come close to you. This is a very interesting emotion to begin with for a bhakta who's saying, Vakitane padilamuga vatatmajudu unnadani. This is exactly the same bhavam that Tulsidas also picked up. Ramadware tumarakhavare hotana agnya binapaisare. At your door, Vakitamune, at your door, Anjaneya Swami is standing. Nobody enters without his permission. On all four sides of the room that you are, your three brothers are constantly moving. Bharata, Lakshmana and Shatrughna are constantly moving, ensuring that there is no danger to you. And inside, when you are alone in Ekantam, Janaki is constantly taking care of you. Because all these people are there, are you going to forget to take care of me? This is Thyagaraja Swami's first question. Looking at Pattabhirama Murti, this is a question that emerges for a bhakta. Upacharamu chesevarani unnarani maruvakura. Don't forget me just because all these people are there to constantly do upacharam for you, Ramachandra.
వాకిడనే పదిలముగా వాతాత్మజుడున్నారని వాకిడనే పదిలముగా వాతాత్మజుడున్నాడని వాకిడనే పతిలముగా వాతాత్మజుడున్నాడని శ్రీకరులగుని శ్రీకరులకునీతములు చెరియున్నారని ఏకాంతము నను జానకి ఏర్పడి ఉన్నదని ఏకాంతము నను జానకి ఏర్పడి శ్రీకాంతపరులేలని శ్రీకాంతపరులేలని శ్రీ త్యాగరాజ వినుత శ్రీకాంతపరులేలని శ్రీ త్యాగరాజ వినుత ఉపచారము చేసేవారున్నారని మరవకురా ఉపచారము చేసేవారున్నారని మరవకురా ఉపచారము చేసేవారున్నారని మరవకురా అని మరవ కురా ఉపచారము చేసేవారు.
The same Thyagaraja Swami who says, all these people are around you to do upacharam, so don't forget me, is not in any way looking at them in a condescending way. Because in another composition, he asks them, he says, you both who are on either sides of him constantly, you both who have spent the maximum time with him, tell me, what does he like? What does he enjoy? How is he when no one else is there? Tell me. This composition is beautifully represented, or this idea is beautifully represented in the composition Pakkala Nilapadi, where he says, literally you're on either sides of him. He's referring to Janaki and Lakshmana Swami, saying, you are the ones who are in closest proximity to Ramachandra, so tell me about him. But that is a very different mood. Currently, he is in the mood of somebody who is not being given an attention. And this is when Bhakti starts to become personal. Because in the quest of true Bhakti, the objective is not a favor from Paramatma. The objective is not something through Paramatma. The objective is Paramatma's undiluted attention, just like what a child seeks from a parent. So when he doesn't get it, compositions like this that are little gentle, saying they're all there, don't forget me, this comes. When despite that, there is still no response from his Ishta Devatha, the tone becomes a little sterner, and then he picks up Ram Kata. When he picks up Ram Kata, he realizes this Katha actually shows who you really are, Rama. Because look at the characters of Rama Katha and Krishna Katha. What did they ask for? What did they get? Poor Shurpanakha. Shurpanakha, when she came to the forest and she saw Rama, what did she want? It's not a trick question, you can answer. What did she want? She wanted to marry Rama. So Thyagaraja Swami says Shurpanakha came asking for a husband. What did she go with? One less nose and half a year less. Sita, soon after the wedding, when both of them were walking, when they were taking a stroll, he said, Sita, ask me for anything in a moment of deep love. And Sita responded saying, I want to always roam gardens with you. And what did that Sita get? 14 years in the forest. The gopis did Katyayini Vratam, did so many Vratams so that Krishna should be their husband. And what did they have to do? What ended up happening to them? They had to leave their husbands behind. So, I don't understand in all these cases, is there anybody who has actually been happy asking you for something? This is the superficial meaning of the kriti. But if you look in the last charanam, typically when you look at a Vagyakara's ending charanams, you will see the rahasyams of what they are feeling comes out over there. Over here, Thyagaraja Swami reveals it. He says, Nike dayaputti brotuvo brovavo. I don't know if you will suddenly have compassion within you and you will think about me, or you will not think about me, but your secrets are out. And this is when you look at the same Ramakatha in a different way. Imagine if he had given Janaki exactly what she wanted. She wanted to just stroll in Lalbagh and Cubbon Park for 14 years. Who will go and do Ravana Samharam? Shurpanakha came asking for a husband. Even if he had blessed Shurpanakha, if she had not gone with her nose and her ears cut, how would Ravana have come all the way and pulled Sita with him and caused his own destruction? In the case of the gopis are in their final life in order for them to attain Krishna. For them to attain Krishna, they have to let go of everything else, including all these bonds that are holding them. Krishna comes and says, are you willing to let go of everything for me? And the gopis end up literally letting go of everything for him. So in all these cases, they did not get what they wanted, they got what they needed. So that is the beauty of Ramakatha. But he puts that out in a very, very quintessential way.
Adigi sukamule varanu vavinchirira ninnadigi sukamule varanu vavinchirira ninnadigi sukamule varanu vavinchirira
For those of you particularly interested in the musical aspect, you will see for every Ninda Stuti, every Ninda based kriti, where he appears to be poking fun or he's criticizing Rama, there will be a corresponding kriti in the same ragam where he explains and he showcases the contrasting emotion. Just like how we began with Upacharamu Chesevaru, which is in Bhairavi, the same Bhairavi he has written Yenati Nomu Phalamo. I don't know which phalam this is of which vratam that I have done, that I am able to sing of your praises. The same Adigi Sukhamu Yavaru Anubhavinchiri Ra, Madhyamavati Ragam, the same ragam, he writes Rama Katha Sudha Rasam. What an immortal elixir that Rama Katha is to my ears. So the bhavam here, on one hand, is of a very disgruntled bhakta who has been deeply engaged in Rama Bhakti for as long as he can remember. Because when Thyagaraja Swami was born, his father himself was a scholar and he initiated him into Upasana Margam. Various gurus come at various points into his life. Narada Guru himself comes and blesses him with the Swararnavam. And all of this is amplifying the sadhana that is happening inside. And sadhana phalam is always Bhagavat Sakshatkaram. But Bhagavat Sakshatkaram is not happening. Further, if you actually observe the incidents in Thyagaraja Swami's life, other people around him are having Bhagavat Sakshatkaram of his Ishta Devatha and he is not having it. It is identical. Vagyakaras and Bhaktas Charitras are very, very similar to each other in many ways because some truths repeat themselves. The same thing happened with Goswami Tulsidas. When Tulsidas wrote the Ramcharitamanas, that itself he wrote after various kinds of ordeals. There was a huge resistance. He wrote it in Kashi. He went and submitted it to Vishwanatha and Annapurna. He wrote it in Kashi and there was a massive revolt from the Pandits of Kashi who said, no, we will not accept this because it is not in Samskrita Bhasha. So at that point, the Ramcharitamanas was placed at the base and on top of that, various Agama and Nigama Shastras, that is Veda Shastras and allied texts were placed on top of it and the doors of the Vishwanatha temple were closed. The next morning, when they opened the doors, they found that on top of everything was the Ramcharitamanas with 3 words written on it, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Now, people were then forced to accept the Manas of Tulsi, but people were not happy. So the Pandits called somebody one day when Tulsi was away and told these people, these gundas, go break inside his house and go and take that Manas and burn, because at that point there was no Xerox copy facility. So there was only one copy of the Manas. And they said, burn it for good. And when these people went, they came back to the Pandits and said, we are not able to even go close to that house because there are 2 young boys of 16 years of age walking in front of the door. And every time we went closer, both of them lifted their bows and arrows. We tried to enter from the back door, but they came there with swords. Sannadda kavachi khadgi chapabana dharo yuvan gachan manoratham yascha ramapatu salakshmanaha. So Tulsidas is told of this incident. When Tulsidas is told of this incident, anyone would react saying, Rama and Lakshmana themselves are protecting my door. Tulsidas's reaction was very different. He said, Rama, you are coming to gundas who are coming to beat me up. You want to show them your Pratyaksha Swarupam, but you don't want to come to me. Same bhavam Thyagaraja Swami has. There are instances where his shishyas and even people who come to harm him are seeing Rama, but he is not seeing him. And when he is not seeing Rama, there is one singular question that goes into his head, which is, I am doing sadhana. My sadhana is not bearing fruit if I am not having Bhagavat Sakshatkaram. In such a case, what kind of a janmam is this? Because I'm using it for sadhana, but there's no point. There is no fruit appearing. And I have only one question to myself and to that Paramatma. Yeti janmam idiha?
தககனம் ததககனம் தககனம் தனம் தககனம் ததகனம் தககனம் தனம் தனம் த அகனம் தானம் தானம் தககனம் ததானம் தககனம் தானம் தககனம் தானம் ததானம் ததககனம் தககனம் தகனம் தானம் தகனம் தானம் தானம் தககனம் தானம் 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 தககனம் 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 துந்தனம் த தககனம் தககனம் துந்தனம் த தககனம் ததானம் துந்தனம் த நொம் துந்தனம் த நம் துந்தனம் த நம் துந்தனம் த நம் தனம் த நம் தனம் த நம் தனம் த அனம் த அனம் த அனம் த அனம் அனம் தனம் ஏட்டி ஜன்ம நீதி ஏட்டி ಜನ್ಮಮಿದಿ ಎಂದು ಕೂಗಲಿಗೆ ಏಟಿ ಜನ್ಮಮಿದಿ ಎಂದು ಕೂಗಲಿಗೆ ಏಟಿ ಜನ್ಮಮಿದಿ ಎಂದು ಕೂಗಲಿಗೆ ಏಟಿ ಜನ್ಮಮಿದಿ ಎಂದು ಕೂಗಲಿಗೆ ಎಂತ ನೀ ಸೈರಿಂಪೂಹ ಓ ರಾಮ ಎಂತ ನೀ ಸೈರಿಂಪೂಹ ಓ ರಾಮ ಎಂತ ನೀ ಸೈರಿಂಪೂಹ ಓ ರಾಮ ಏಟಿ ಜನ್ಮ ಮೀದಿಹ ಓ ರಾಮ ಏಟಿ ಜನ್ಮ ಮೀದಿಹ ರಾಮ
That question of what kind of a life is this is a very important reflective question that every bhakta at some point ends up asking themselves. Because this is not just a lament to Paramatma, it is also a look within and saying, what is the point of this life? Am I doing something wrong? Is there something that's not getting enabled within me? The same bhavam Annamacharya Swami picks up Talapaka Annamacharya when he says, Ekkadi manusha janmam mettina phalame munnadi nikkamu ninne nammiti ni chittam bikanu. Maruvanu aharambanu. I will not forget. None of us have forgotten what we've eaten for lunch. Maruvanu aharambanu, maruvanu samsara sukhamu. I don't forget any joys. Everything from the time I wake up till the time I sleep, all those joys have to be in place. Maruvanu samsara sukhamu, maruvanu indriya bhogamu. All my sense organs, all have to be delighted. That I don't forget to delight. Maruvanu aharambunu, maruvanu samsara sukhamu, maruvanu indriya bhogamu, madhavani maya. What do I forget then? Marachada sugnyanambulu. All this jnanam that I am picking up, that I am forgetting. Marachado acharyambulu. I forget my gurus and what they teach me. Marachada tattvarahasyammulu. I forget those essences that are going to take this soul ahead. Why is this happening? Madhavani Maya. He pushed it off as Maya. But that aspect, that is how powerful that veil of Maya is. That sometimes we are doing things the way it has been prescribed to us. And Thyagaraja Swami is not a bhakta who falters when he is walking on that sadhana patham. He's steadfast in his love for Rama. But still, that isn't manifesting. Still, he is not able to see that Rama. And that is when we also look at how the idea of sadhana can be very, very interesting when seen from the angle that sometimes we want to blame Paramatma. Sometimes we feel, no, this is me. There's a very beautiful story that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to tell in this context. There was a Brahmana who used to take care of a garden, and that garden was very, very prized to him. So one day, a stray cow came into his garden, and it started to eat one entire patch of that garden. So the Brahmana tried to push the cow away. She didn't move. So he took a stick that he saw and he beat the cow. The cow was an old cow. One beating and she fell, another beating and she died. The Brahmana looked at what he had done, and immediately he used his intelligence and he said, yes, the cow died, but look at the human body. Human body has one Devata for each aspect. So for the eyes, it is Surya. For the hand, the Adi Devata is Indra. Indra controls the hand. So technically, I didn't kill the cow, Indra killed the cow. Soon after, the cow is there, and the Brahmana is figuring out what to do, when a neighboring king happens to see his garden, and he comes in and he says, what a beautiful garden. What are these beautiful stones that are leading up to the garden? He said, yes, I put them myself. He said, show me what flowers you have in your garden. So the Brahmana said, for Friday flowers I worshipped with these, for Tuesday for Gauri for these, on Wednesday for Vishnu with these flowers. He showed him all this. And he said, oh, so this is your garden and you took care of it. He said, yes, all these flowers I only grew. Then they came to the cow, and the king tapped him and he said, then who killed the cow, Indra or you? When you did everything else, how is it that suddenly only that is on Bhagavanta? So this is that beautiful aspect of sadhana. When things are going well, we're all very happy to think, yes, my sadhana is going strong because every day I'm waking up and doing it. When things are not going well, suddenly it's like, Paramatma, what are you doing? But this is a conversation that is constant. It is not right or wrong. It is a conversation that is natural, and it is a byproduct of sadhana, except in the case of the Brahmana. But Thyagaraja Swami takes this and he says, no, it's not this. It's all my fault. I'm not doing something right. What is happening because of you? Nothing. All this is me. I'm doing everything wrong. That's why I can't see Rama. This is what Thyagaraja Swami said. Nee valla gunadosham na valla ne gani. Everything is because of me. Another bhakta said, Aparadhi naanalla. I am not at fault. Aparadha venagilla. Then who is fault? Kapata nataka sutradhari neene. Everything is on you. So this conversation happens across composers and across our minds as a constant swinging pendulum to know who is at fault, you or me.
Navallane gani, navallane gani, navallane gani, navallane gani, navallane gani, navallane gani, navallane navallane gani, nalina dalanayana mi valla guna dosha mi navallane gani, nalina dalanayana mi valla guna dosha mi aparadhi naananda ಅಪರಾಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಅಪರಾಧವೆನಗಿಲ್ಲ ಕಪಟ ನಾಟಕ ಸೂತ್ರಧಾರಿ ನೀನೇ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಅಪರಾಧವೆನಗಿಲ್ಲ ಕಪಟ ನಾಟಕ ಸೂತ್ರಧಾರಿ ನೀನೇ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ಸರಿಮ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ರಿಮ ಪನಿ ಮೀವಲ್ಲ ಪನಿ ಸರಿಮ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ಸರಿಮ ಪನಿ ಮೀವಲ್ಲ ಪಮಗರಿ ಸಬನಿ ಸರಿಮ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ನಿ ಪಮಗರಿ ಸರಿಮ ಪನಿ ಮೀವಲ್ಲ ನಿ ಸರಿ ಪಗಾರಿ ಸರಿ ನಿ ಸಪ ನಿ ಪಮಗರಿ ಸನಿ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ಸನಿ ಪಮಗರಿ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ನಿ ಪಮಗರಿ ಸನಿ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪನಿ ಮ ಪಮಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸಬ ನಿ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸರಿ ಪಗಾರಿ ನಿ ಸಬ ನಿ ಮ ಪಗರಿ ಸನಿ ಪನಿ ಮ ಪನಿ ನೀವಲ್ಲ ನಿ ಪಮಗರಿ ಮ ನಿ ಪಮಗರಿ ಸನಿ ಸರಿ ಮ ಮರಿ ಮ ಪ ಮ ಪನಿ ನಿ ಪಮಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪನಿ ರಿ ಮ ಪದ ದ ನಿ ಪ ಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪನಿ ನಿ ಸನಿ ಪಮಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸಬ ನಿ ಸರಿ ಸ ರಿ ಸನಿ ಸರಿ ನಿ ಸರಿ ಸಬ ನಿ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ರಿ ಗರಿ 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 ಸನಿ ಸರಿ ಗ ಗ ಗ ಗ ಗ ಮ ನಿ ಸರಿ ಗ ಗ ಗ ಗ ಗ ಮ ನಿ ನಿ ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ಸರಿ ನಿ ಸಬ ನಿ ಮ ನಿ ಬ ಮ ಗರಿ ಸನಿ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಮರಿ ಮರಿ ಪ ಮ ನಿ ಬ ಸನಿ ರಿ ಸರಿ ಪ ಮ ಗರಿ ಸರಿ ನಿ ಸ ಪರಿ ಸನಿ ಪ ಪ ಮ ಗರಿ ಸ ಸರಿ ಸ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ರಿ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ನಿ ಸ ಗ ಗರಿ ಸ ಸ ಸನಿ ಪ ಗ ಗರಿ ಸ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ರಿ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ನಿ ಸ ಪ ಮ ಗರಿ ಸ ಗರಿ ಸ ನಿ ಪ ಪ ಮ ಗರಿ ಸ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ರಿ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ಪ ನಿ ಸ ನಿ ಸ ಪ ಮ ಗರಿ ಸ ಗರಿ ಸ ನಿ ಪ ಗರಿ ಮ ಪ ನಿ ನೀವಲ್ಲ ಗುಣ ದೋಷ ಮೇಮಿ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ನೀವಲ್ಲ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ನೀವಲ್ಲ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಅಪರಾಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ.
The difficulty that a mind goes through as life and life's various twists and turns happen, that is Thyagaraja Swami's Charitram. Because that in all that difficulty, what he experienced is happening as if it's two parallel strands. On one hand, there is Rama Bhakti, Apara Rama Bhakti. On the other hand, there is life throwing a curveball at him constantly. When he's so young, he has, as per the earliest Charitrams that we have of Sadhguru, he has two brothers, and one of them, his eldest brother, falls sick. In his composition Anyayamu Seyukura, he requests Rama saying, please give my brother Arogyam. But his brother doesn't make it. One brother passes away. Soon after, his father passes away. Seeing Thyagaraja Swami's Unmatta Bhakti, seeing that intoxicated Bhakti that he is in, seeing that he is not taking to Samsaram, his mother is concerned. Thyagaraja Swami by this time has one brother who is elder than him, who is not exactly very supportive of what he is doing, but he is not the villain that he is in later versions. As per this account, the earliest accounts that we have based on his students, his elder brother tries to tell him that, look, we don't have enough at home. You are the only one with Sangeeta Jnanam. Go and sing in the court. So Thyagaraja Swami writes the famed kriti that we all know, Nidhi Chala Sukhama, Ramuni Sannidhi Chala Sukhama. This is beautiful in hindsight when we talk about it. But the question to ask is, if such a situation were there in our circles, would we encourage it? Or would we say, Adella chanagide, but how will you pay your bills? So this aspect, this is exactly what parents do. You do engineering first, then after that you become musician, dancer, artist, whatever you want. This Bhavam Thyagaraja Swami did not want. He said, no, Rama Bhakti is the only way, and I will do Unchavritti. I will go and I will beg alms. Whatever I receive that day, that is what we will survive with. His first wife, Parvatamma, dies. He marries again her younger sister, Kamala. Thyagaraja Swami's home, he has one daughter and his elder brother and his mother. His mother sees that this is going nowhere because she senses that there is going to be a discord. So she calls the village elders and has the house split between the two brothers. Thyagaraja Swami says, split it how you want. When the Panchayat calls him, he says, split it how you want. I want one thing, my Rama Panchayatanam should be with me. This is all he asks for. And everybody in the Sabha laughs at him saying, what kind of a stupid decision is this? That property is being partitioned and you want one set of Vigrahams. He mentions this in the composition when he says, Palukavemina Daivama Rama. Why don't you respond? Parudu Navvedi Nyayama. People are laughing, strangers are laughing at me, Rama. Is it fair? Is it fair because I'm asking for you and all of this is happening? But no response. All of this is happening outside him, inside him. But from Paramatma there is silence. There is nothing to say that yes, I'm with you. And then his mind starts to poke. Are you there? Is this Rama that you speak of, is he really by your side? Oh Manasa, listen to me. On one hand, his mind is saying, I don't think he's there. Another part of him is saying, mind, listen to me. Thyagaraja Swami is one of the only Vagyakaras who has so many compositions addressed to his mind because he shows us how important it is to suppress that chatter over there. And these set of compositions showcase what is happening inside that mind. The first one being, Manasa, listen to me. I have one request. Listen to me.
Manasaya to Lord Tune, 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 Namana Viniche Kunave, Manasaya to Lord Tune, Namana Viniche Kunave, Manasaya to Lord Tune.
People tell Thyagaraja Swami, you do this Graha Shanti, do that puja over here, do all of this, and all of these will settle down. So his mind wonders, are all these devatas important, or is my Ramachandramurti important? He tells his own mind, don't worry Rama, don't worry O Manasa, Undedi Ramudu Okkade, Urake Chedipoku Manasa. Don't simply get hassled. There is only one Rama. You focus on that Rama.
Manasa Chedipogu Manasa, Uraga Chedipogu Manasa, Ramudokadu Uraga Chedipogu Manasa, Unde Tiramudokadu Uraga Chedipogu Manasa, Unde Tiramudokadu Uraga Chedipogu Manasa.
Samsaram is taking over. But Thyagaraja Swami's biggest worry is his mind should not forget Rama. There is a well-known story of how Narada comes to Vaikuntha and he says, I am the greatest Narayana Bhakta. And Vishnu says, no, let me show you my most Priya Bhakta. And he takes him to a farmer. That farmer has 2 minutes in the morning when he does Narayana Japam and then he goes off, he comes back in the night and sleeps. Narada said, am I not a better Bhakta? The whole day, everywhere, when I am moving across Trilokas, I am saying Narayana, Narayana. Vishnu said, okay, you keep that aside. Can you do me one small favor? There is this pot of oil. Can you please put it on your head and walk from here till there? So Narada does that with intense concentration. Vishnu meets him at the finish point. He takes the pot off his head And he said, so Narada, when you were doing this, how many times did you say my name? Narada said, I was busy. He said, exactly. So when samsaram is taking over, at that point, if you are busy and you're going to forget to do his smaranam, that is not good for you. That is why he said, Manasa Sreerama Chandruni Maravakave. Don't forget him. You hold on to him no matter what is happening outside.
Manasa Shri Ramachandruni, 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 Maravake, Marake, O Manasa Ramachandruni, Maravake, Marake, O Manasa Ramachandruni, Maravake, Marake, O Manasa Shri Ramachandruni. Shri Ramachandruni, Shri Ramachandruni, Shri Ramachandruni, Shri Ramachandruni. Ganudaina Shri Ramachandruni, Ganudaina Shri Ramachandruni, Ganudaina Shri Ramachandruni, Ganudaina Shri Ramachandruni, Ganudarangamu Telisina, Ganudaina Shri Ramachandruni. Tade marmamillade vedane manasa manaviyala kinchara tade marmamillade vedane manasa manaviyala kinchara.
Those words show the hridayam of a bhakta. Ghanudaina Shri Ramachandruni Karunantarangamun Telisinavani. I know the depth of his karunyam because I know that he is compassion manifest. I know that even though life is looking difficult now, he has not forgotten, so you don't forget him. This is when Thyagaraja Swami becomes a bodha guru to all of us, saying that more sadhana does not mean instead of 2 lamps you light 18. It means you go inside, you go within so much that you're able to tap into that compassion that he is. And that compassion that he saw Rama to be, that compassion was so powerful that it constantly drew him to Rama. All of this is happening and life is again carrying on. Thyagaraja Swami's daughter has to be married. And at that point, there is barely any money enough in the house. But still, not only does the sambandham arrive by itself, the various arrangements required for this wedding also take place. And it is at this point that his student, Valajpet, brings this beautiful photo of Rama when he comes as a gift to be given to Thyagaraja Swami's daughter Sita, and Thyagaraja Swami sees that, and even though it is the wedding of his daughter, even though all of this is happening, he says, see who's coming, Rama is coming walking for me, Nanu palimpa nadachi vachchitiva, have you come walking for me, Rama? This is the bhavam. It's not a photo, it's not an idol, it is Ramachandra. That aspect, that once your attention was on him, he will pull you, and that pull is so strong. That is why he is called as Mohatma. That moham is so strong. Once Paramatma puts that moha pasham can work in two ways. One is that pasham can take us towards samsara. At that point, we don't see anything except samsara. Even if Paramatma is there as an intellectual idea reserved for Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita classes on Friday evenings. For the remaining 6.5 days, it is Prapancham. But if that pasham is turned towards him, what is moha pasham? Bhakti does not say the absence of moham. We take moham to be a very negative quality, saying it's illusion, it's delusion, kama, krodha, moha, mada, matsaryas, all the arishad vargas. Bhakti Shastram teaches us that moham is the name that you give it when it is towards samsaram. You take that same illusion, that same constant attraction towards Paramatma, moham becomes moksham. That's all it is. The difference between the two is one syllable, but a world of a difference. 18 chapters Paramatma rolled into Arjuna's hridayam until Arjuna at the end said, Tasmai Mohatmane Namaha, to the one who is deluding this entire universe. Because moham, in the context of Paramatma, being attracted to Paramatma is one very beautiful thing. But even recognizing that we need that attraction in samsaram is also equally important. I have given this example on earlier occasions, but there cannot be a better one. When a child is born to a mother and the doctor hands over the baby saying, you've just had a baby girl, congratulations. If a mother who is studying Vedanta says, what girl, what boy, everything is Maya, nobody is going to take care of that child. So moham should be like a necktie. This is what Brahmashri Samvedam Shanmukha Sharma says in one of his lectures. He says that a necktie, if you tie it too tight, there won't be a neck. And if you put it too low, there won't be a tie. So moham is required at the right time, at the right place. But that is towards Prapancha. When it's towards Paramatma, it will dazzle you to the point that wherever you are, you start becoming a little crazy towards him. Shankaracharya said exactly this. He said, Manaste padabje nivasatu. My mind is on your feet. Vacha stotra phanitau. My speech is doing stuti of you. Karaucha bhyachayam. With my hands, I am worshipping you. Shrutirapi katha karnana vidhau. With my ears, I am hearing your story, not that ringtone. Shrutirapi katha karnana vidhau. Tavadhyane buddhir. My buddhi is focused on your dhyanam. Tavadhyane buddhir nayana yugalam murti vibhave. With my two eyes, I am seeing you. When all of this is happening, what need? Paragranthan kairva, paramashiva, paramapijana, paramataha. What requirement do I have for one pustakam? I don't need a book. What I need is a heart of love. And that is the idea of Mohana in the context of Ramachandra. What we took this long to explain, Thyagaraja Swami said in 2 words, Mohana Rama.
జగన్మోహన
Pumsam Mohana Rupaya Punya Shlokaya Mangalam. Pumsam Jivakotis, to all the Jivas, he is Mohana Swarupa. He is the one that we naturally gravitate towards. Pumsam Mohana Rupaya. Such a Swarupam, Sita also gravitated towards. It's important to understand Thyagaraja Swami in the context of Rama Bhakti. We cannot isolate a Bhakta without looking at their context. Their context is not just their life story, who are the other people involved. Their context is what are the biggest influences on them. What is the biggest influence on the Rama Bhakta? The Ramayanam itself. Sita Mahatripura Sundari, Sita Mahalakshmi, when she is sitting there in Ashokavanam, so sad, so unhappy that Ramachandra has not come, when Anjaneya Swami comes and blesses her saying, Amma, he will soon come, Kshipram Drakshasi Raghavam, you will soon see Raghava. At that point, an entire sarga of the Sundarakanda, she asks Anjaneya Swami to describe Rama. Well, she has not seen him or what? That Swarupam brings so much joy to her. Then what happens soon after? Anjaneya Swami goes back, they build the bridge, and Rama comes and rescues her. So for Thyagaraja Swami, this is the formula, that if I praise this Swarupam, if I focus my mind and I do dhyanam of this Mohanakaram, then this Swarupam will appear before me. But he is following the formula and still the results are not emerging. This is when his mind, you can see the wavering of the mind that is so powerful, because some questions are directed towards him, some towards himself. The him that he directs it, first question he asks him saying, it's so difficult to think of me, Brova Bharama, so difficult is it? Then he says, Rama, Ora chupu chuchedi nyayama, is it okay to look at me like this saying, Thyagaraja, no problem. Why this lowly look towards me? Then he says, no, it's not Rama. Maybe I'm not doing something. Maybe I'm not taking care and being conscientious enough in my sadhana. This is growing along with something else. These are not mere complaints. On the other hand, he has received Rama Taraka Mantram, and Thyagaraja Swami chants it per day 108,000 times per day. This sadhana is growing. Ramachandra's pratyaksham is not happening. In the spirit of this, the krithis come. So the krithis come from that deep state of despair and hope, which are constantly clashing with each other. Despair is when he asks him, won't you come? Why have you forgotten me? Hope is when he says, no, I think you're there. I know you're there. Please come.
Brova Barama Raghurama, 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 Bhuvanamillanivai Nanukani, Brova Barama Raghurama, Bhuvanamillanivai Nanukani, Dari Sancharintura, Dari Sancharintura, Dari Sancharintura, Ikabalkara, Dari Sancharintura, Kanavarita Namu Leda, 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 Tarakadipa Nanavada, Urachupu Chedi Nyayama, Urachupu చూచేది న్యాయమా ఊర చూపు చూచేది న్యాయమా ఊర చూపు చూచేది న్యాయమా ఓరగుతమా నీ వంటి వానికి ఓర చూపు చూచేది న్యాయమా ఓరగుతమా నీ వంటి వానికి చిన్ననాడన చేపట్టితివి చిన్ననాడన చేపట్టితివి చిన్ననాడన చేపట్టితివి అటుకారాదని బల్కన అటుకారాదని బల్కన అటుకారాదని బల్కన అటుకారాదని బల్కన అటుకారాదని చెరరావదే మీరా రామయ్య చెరరావదే మీరా రామయ్య చెరరావదే మీరా రామయ్య మరుగేలరా ఓ రాఘవా 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 ఎంత వేడుకొంగు రాఘవా ఎంత వేడుకొంగు రాఘవా ఎంత వేడుకొంగు రాఘవా పంతమేలరా ఎంత వేడుకొంగు రాఘవా పంతమేలరా ఓ రాఘవా పంతమేలరా ఓ రాఘవా ఎంత వేడుకొంగు రాఘవా చింతనే సదాయుంచుకోవయ్యా చింతనే సదాయుంచుకోవయ్యా చింతనే సదాయుంచుకోవయ్యా చింతనే సదాయుంచుకోవయ్యా చింతనే సదాయుంచుకోవయ్యా బాగాయనీయ నీ మాయలెంతో బాగాయని బాగాయనీయ నీ మాయలెంతో బ్రహ్మకైన కుని యాడతరమా బాగాయనీయ నీ మాయలెంతో బ్రహ్మకైన కుని యాడతరమా బాగాయనీయ బ్రోవ బారమ్మ గమ పమగ స గమ బ్రోవ బారమ్మ పదని నిసని నిద పమ గమ దారి గమ పద పస పదని దమ పమ గమరి తన్న వారి రి గమ గ సరి గమ పని సాని దమ పమ గ సోర చూపు సరి గమ స పమదని సాని దమ గరి సని చిన్న సరి మ పద దమ పదని సని దమ కారి అటుకా గమని నిస మగరి సని సని దమ గమ చేర సని దమ పమ గ స గమ దని స గమ గమ రూకేలరా గమ దస దని పమ గరి స సరి గ ఎంత వేడు సమ పని దస సని నిద నిద దమ చింతనే sada dasari sa dasada ma pada pada sari sa gayaniya gama pada ni sa ma ga sa ni pa ma ga sa gama bro Rama ragura ma bhuvanam milani no kani bro Rama
All this leads to one plea, Rama intidaka, come till my house. And one morning, when he's least expecting it, at the time that the cows are to be milked, just before Sandhya Kalam, when he's cleaning the Nirmalyam in his Puja Mandiram, at that point, when he looks up, he realizes where the old flowers, he was creating a heap. Instead, there stood a chariot over there. And from that chariot, two beings descended, one from each side. One was extremely dark-hued, one was extremely light. Thyagaraja Swami, so moved by these two beings, one dark and one fair, just watched them as in place of everything else, only these two people come in front of him and they stood. And when they stood, that moment for him was so overpowering, but suddenly his intellect came in and he said, is this Rama? And that's when they disappeared. When they disappeared, immediately he looked up and everything that was previously there was now gone. When that was gone, he screamed a scream of despair and looked around. He ran around, all around, asked his wife, asked his students who were just coming in, did you see them? Did you see those two boys? And nobody else had seen them. Only Thyagaraja Swami had seen them. And in that moment, his despair gives rise to one of the most autobiographical compositions that he has written, where he says, Bala Kanakamaya Chela, the one who has a golden girdle, the one who has Vidritashara Jala, the one who is Sreerama Lola, who is the dearest one to Sita Mahalakshmi, that Swarupam that is wearing Ghana Neela Navya Vanamalika Bharana, that one that is wearing all those beautiful Vanamalikas, stood in front of me, but now you're gone. Why won't I earn the grace of you again? Rama Dhyanam and the Tapana, Rama Tapana, come together in this beautiful composition, Yela Ni Dayaradu.
Yela Ni Dayaradu Balakanakamaya Chela Sujana Padipala Sreerama Lola Vidritashara Balakanakamaya Chela Sujana Padipala Sreerama Lola Vidritashara Jala Shubhada Karunala Vala Ghana Neela Navya Vanamalika Varana Yela Ni Dayaradu Paraku Cheta Vela Samayamu Kasu Yela Ni Dayaradu.
That moment is a defining moment in a bhakta's journey. You see this across a host of bhaktas. When you have not seen, you do not know. But once you have had a glimpse of that, and then you are denied it, it is a pain that is so strong that it manifests. Why does it happen? Is Paramatma cruel? The objective of this is to make that intense yearning even stronger. This is exactly what you see with Vyagrapada Muni. When Vyagrapada Muni is in Tillai Sthalam, in Tillai Vanam, doing deep dhyanam of Shiva, he sees Nataraja Swami in his dhyanam and then suddenly it disappears. And then that manifests so strongly for him that Shiva comes for his sake in that Tillai Vanam and performs that dance. For that to happen, you should see it and it should go away. That is Paramatma's Leela and his intense Karunyam. Thyagaraja Swami, after going through this experience, his manodhairyam increases. And he also realizes, Rama, you are doing all of these Leelas after Leelas, trying to show me and playing games with me. But let me tell you, Rama, I'll tell you one statement. I will not stop loving you. This is a moment of a bhakta. You do what you want. Rama, Nipai Tanaku Prema Podu. I will not stop loving you. that bhakti, when it emerges, whatever life situations may be, whatever Paramatma is doing, whatever our prarabdha is acting upon us, when that definition comes in, the entire aspect of love and I am holding on to you, that comes in. That is the bhavam of Gatti Vadavani Pattiti Nichai Patti Viduvaradu. You should not leave me. Now it is on you. And that bhavam, when Thyagaraja Swami says, he says, you are everywhere. You are inside the aspect of bhogas. Those who enjoy bhogas, even they have you. You are inside the heart of Brahma. You know where else you are? Thyagaraja Hridayamanandu. You are inside Tyagaraja's heart. So I will not stop loving you, Rama. This is a declaration of a bhakta to Bhagavan.
Ramani pai tanaku, 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 prema podu Sita Ramani pai tanaku, prema podu Sita Ramani pai tanaku, prema podu o Sita Ramani pai tanaku, prema podu o Sita Ramani pai tanaku. Tamara sanayana, Tamara sanayana, Tamara sanayana, Tamara sanayana, nidemo maya kani, Tamara sanayana, nidemo maya kani, Ramani pai tanaku, prema podu o Sita Ramani pai tanaku. Bogan bhavam, bogan bhavam, Rama bogan bhavam, mulan bogan bhavam, mulan bagu gayabuti niyandu, Rama bogan bhavam, mulan bagu gayabuti niyandu, Thyagaraja hridaya, Thyagaraja hridaya, Thyagaraja hridaya, Thyagaraja hridaya, manduವಾಗಿ ಶಾನಂದ ಮಂದು, Thyagaraja hridaya, manduವಾಗಿ ಶಾನಂದ ಮಂದು, Ramani pai tanaku, prema podu o Sita
Prema Bhakti, considered to be an exalted kind of bhakti in which the love for Paramatma supersedes everything else. So for a bhakta who has just gone through an experience of having Bhagavat Sakshatkaram for 1 millisecond, and when is this millisecond? After doing Rama Nama Japam for 960 million times. The phalam of that is 1 kshanam. What should he do? Should he calculate saying, okay, if it takes this much, like we have maths equations, if it takes 960 million times to get half a second, how much should I do so that I should get 1 whole minute? No. Thyagaraja Swami only knows one thing. Go back to that Namam. I saw him now, I will see him again. Nipai tanaku prema podu means you do what you want. I will continue to keep you here, you will come out again. Paramatma becomes bound then by that bhakti to appear. But Thyagaraja Swami, when he goes into that Rama Namam again, it's important for us also to understand what is so special about this Namam. What is so special about it that till today, if you go to the Kashi Vishwanath Mandir, when they do the Archana for Vishwanatha with Bilva Dalas, with leaves of Bilva, before the Bilvas are offered to Swami, taking Sinduram, Rama Namam is written on all the 3 Bilvas. These are what are given as Prasadam. We don't notice this typically, but if you notice any of the Bilvas that are offered by the Archakas, Rama Namam is given there. What is so special about this Namam that Parvati asked Shiva in Ekanta saying, Kenopayena Laghunar Vishnor Nama Sahasrakam. And he said, Sreerama Rama Rameti. What is special about this Namam? Tulsidas also asked this question. And Tulsidas, in that Bhavuka Bhakti, when he was so moved, when he has to write the Ram Charitra Manas, before writing the Manas, in one entire chapter, he says, Rama, I'm taking the courage to say something to you. I'm not sure how you like it, but there is someone greater than you, Rama. That is your name. Because, Rama, you are a king of... Rama is a king of... Why are you so confused? Ayodhya, no? But Rama, your name is the king of every prani that is ever born or will be born. Rama, you only broke Shiva Dhanush. But your Namam breaks the fear of being born again. Janana Marana Bhaya Shoka Viduram Sakala Shastra Nigamagamasaram Pibare Rama Rasam. Rama, you only built a bridge from the tip of Bharatavarsham till Lanka. But your Namam becomes a setu that takes me over Bhavasagaram, that takes me over this ocean. So Rama, I am concluding, your Namam is greater than you, Ra. That bhavam that this Namam is the sound manifestation of Paramatma. 3 aksharas, Rakara, Akara, Makara. Rakara denoting Agni. Whenever the aspect of Agni is to be depicted, Ra is the Bija Akshara that represents Agni. A represents Surya Tattvam. Ma represents Chandra Tattvam. Agni, Surya, Chandra. If you look at it, all life on this earth depends on these 3 aspects. Because Surya and Agni are about heat, Chandra is about coolness and moisture and humidity. This entire universe is said to be Agni Shomatmakam Jagat. It is various proportions of heat and cold that make up this entire universe. In this context, the Bhagavad Gita says exactly the same thing. Yadaditya gatan tejaha jagat bhasayate khilam yat chandramasa yachagnav tattejo vidhimamakam. When you see Surya outside, when you see Chandra outside, or when you see a fire burning, know that it is my light that is shining through. Surya, Chandra, Agni. Ra, A, Ma, Rama. Every time you say Rama, you are looking at this form. This is not even a form anymore. This is the aspect of Saguna Sakara, Parabrahma that has a form, becoming Paramatma that is formless and is just Chaitanyam. All this and more is hidden in that one Namam. That is why Thyagaraja Swami, Purandaradasa, Bhadrachala Ramdas, Mirabai all said the same thing. Take that mantram and do japam of it. Not on 22nd January 2024 alone, when somewhere in a distant space a pratisthapana is happening. Do it constantly, because that is when it transforms into an experience that will hold you. That is why Purandaradasa said, Rama Mantrava Japiso. And that is when Thyagaraja Swami said, if you understand this aspect, you will see that if you take a Namam like Rama, Rama also has other connotations to it. Rama also is the name given to a wayward person. That aspect is not what you should apply here. That's what Thyagaraja Swami says when he says, Telisi Rama Chintanato Namamu Seyave. Rama yani Brahmadulaku Peru. It is that Parabrahma that is governing over this world. His name is Rama. Focus on that. Mirabai said the same thing. That I have gained a Ratnam. That beautiful Ratnam is called as Rama Ratnam. Bhadrachal Ramdas says, this Namam is the sweetest Namam. It's greater than Madhurasa, it's greater than Draksharasa, it's greater than anything else. Because when this Namam touches my tongue, it is Sudha Amritam. It is that Amritam that will take care of not just this body, but this Atma. All this and more in those two Aksharas, Rakaram, Makaram.
ಮಂತ್ರವ ಜಪಿಸೋ ಹೇ ಮನುಜ ರಾಮ 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 ಮಂತ್ರವ ಜಪಿಸೋ రి గమ పమ గ మరి సరి సా రి గమ పమ గ మరి సరి ని పరి సా ని సరి గ మరి రి పమ పద ద పమ ప గ మరి రి గమ పమ గ మ పద ద ప ప రి గమ పమ ద ప స ని పరి స ని పమ రి గమ ద పరి స ని సరి గ మరి రి గ మ గ మ పమ గ మరి స ని రి స ని ప స ని ప ద పరి స ని పమ గ మరి రి స తెల్లిసి రామ చింతనతో నామము సేయవే ఓ మనసాగా తెలిసి రామన్ పద పస పరిసని పమ గ మరి సరి గ మ ప ద పరిసని పమ రి గ మ ప ద పస పరిసని పమ గ మరి సరి గ మ ప ద పరిసని పమ గ మ ప ద పరి గ మ పమ గ మరి సని పరి రి స ద సని ప ప మరి గ మ ప ద పరి గ మ పమ గ మరి సని పరి రి స ద సని ప ప మరి రి గ మ ప ద ప స ద రి సని ద ప మ గ రి స ద స రి గ ప ద ప స ద రి సని ద ప మ గ రి స ద స రి గ రి గ మ ద ప ద ప స ద రి సని ద ప మ గ రి స ద స రి గ ప మ ద ప మ గ మ రి గ మ ప ద ప రి ద ద రి గ రి సని ద ప మ గ మ ద స ద రి సని ద ప మ గ రి స ద స రి గ స రి గ మ రి గ మ ద స సని ద ప మ గ రి స ద స రి గ రి గ మ ద స మ ద స రి సని ద ప మ గ రి స ద స రి గ గ గ రి గ మ ద ద ద గ మ ద స స స మ ద స రి రి సని ద ప మ గ రి స ద స రి గ మ ప ద ప స రి గ మ ప ద ప స రి గ మ ప ద ప స గ మ ప ద ప స మ ప ద ప స ప ద ప స ద ప స ప స స ఓ రామని నామం ఎంత రుచిరా ఓ రామని నామం ఎంత రుచిరా శ్రీరామ నీ నామం ఏమి రుచిరా ఓ రామ నీ నామం ఎంత రుచి ఎంత రుచి ఎంత రుచి. దాప మగ మగరి సని దసరి దాప మగ మగరి సని దసరి నీద పమగరి సరి గ మదరి దాప మగ మగరి సని దసరి నీద పమగరి సరి గ మదరి గారి సని దప మగ మని సగ గారి సని దప మగ మని సగ నీద పమగ మగరి సగ మపమ గారి సని దప మగ మని సగ నీద పమగరి గారి సని దప మగ మని సగ నీద పమగ మగరి సగ మపని సాయి దప మగ మద పమగ మగరి స పని సరి పని సగ పని స రామ రతన్ धन पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो. वस्तु अमोलिक दी मेरा सतगुरु वस्तु अमोलिक दी मेरा सतगुरु वस्तु अमोलिक दी मेरा सतगुरु कृपा कर अपनायो पायो जी मैंने कृपा कर अपनायो पायो जी मैंने कृपा कर अपनायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो. मीरा के प्रभु मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर मीरा के गिरिधर नागर गिरिधर नागर गिरिधर नागर मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर हरष हरष जस गायो पायो जी मैंने हरष हरष जस गायो पायो जी मैंने हरष हरष जस गायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो रतन धन पायो रतन धन पायो.
See what a wonderful investment this is, this Rama Ratana. Because if you invest in this Ratnam, suddenly Giridhara Nagar also will come back as your ROI. This is the aspect of Rama Bhakti alone. When you say it is enough, tomorrow if we have a program on Krishna and I say Krishna Bhakti is alone, you shouldn't sue me saying this guy is changing what he says every time. Whatever form of Paramatma your heart is attracted to, that form will open itself to every other aspect and will reveal to you what is necessary for you and for your growth. And when Thyagaraja Swami, steeped in that Ram Namam again, after that experience, continues and intensifies that search for Rama within, when he recognizes that, oh, Rama is now no longer just a form, he is Satchidananda. Rama, the word Rama itself means Anandam. That is why if you look at the Ramayana from this perspective, just substitute the character with the aspect of Anandam. Wherever he goes, he brings Anandam. From the start of his Katha. That is why, if you look at the Nama Ramayanam, this Rahasyam is revealed over there. Shuddha Brahma Paratpara Ram, Kalatmaka Parameshwara Ram. This is all talking about Nirguna Parabrahma. Shesha Talpa Sukha Nirdrita Ram, Rama who is asleep on Adishesha. Shesha Talpa Sukha Nirdrita Ram, Brahma Dhyamara Prarthita Ram, who Brahma and others prayed to. Chanda Kirana Kula Mandana Ram, Rama who was born in Surya Vamsham. Srimad Dasharatha. Nandana means what? One who brought happiness. The entire meaning of the word Rama is given by each prefix. Kausalya Sukha, Sukha Vardhanaram. Vishwamitra. Every aspect of Rama Tattvam, while he brings joy to a seeker, to those who don't want to see, Ghora Tataka Ghatakaram, Marichadini Patakaram, Kaushika Makha, he will protect you. Sam Rakshakaram, Srimadahalyo Dharakaram, he will lift you up. Gautama Muni Sampujyataram, Sura Muni Varagana Samstutaram, Navika Dhavika Mridupadaram, Mithila Purajana Mohakaram, Videha Manasa Ranjakaram, he'll pull you. Trambaka Karmuka Bhanjakaram, Sitarpita Varamalikaram, Kritavaivahika Kautukaram, Bhargava Darpa Vinashakaram, Srimadayodhya Palakaram, Rama Rama Jaya Rajaram. This aspect, that all of his Ananda Tattvam is released in this. Just take one Kanda, one Balakanda, take one Sundarakanda. Every part of the story is showing you how Anandam is coming. It's coming to Ahalya, it's coming to Vishwamitra, it's coming to Janaka, it's coming to Sita, it's coming to Jamadagni's son, Parshurama, when he hands over the bow to him. It's coming to Dasharatha, to Kausalya, when they receive him back with Sita. Every person who comes in contact with Rama is touched beyond words. And that can happen only when you recognize one thing. He is the foundation of my life. He is the reason I am able to experience joy. He is the joy I am experiencing. Two things. He is the reason I am able to experience joy. Even if you smile, it is because Rama is here within. And whatever you're smiling at, that is also Rama. Thyagaraja Swami said that in two powerful words. Na Jiva Dhara. And that aspect reveals itself when Thyagaraja Swami's retrospect, or his introspection rather, begins. And that introspection is so powerful that he starts recognizing all the people, all the gurus that have played their pivotal role in him coming to where he is. The first aspect being his parents who initiated him into Rama Namam, and the fact that he grew up in an environment where Rama Bhakti was already present. The one who is there at every moment when I was going through ups and downs, he was still Najivadhara. He was the one who entered my mind in that moment when the house was being parted and I asked only for his idols and nothing else, because he's Najivadhara. He is the one who came walking for my sake when my child was getting married, to remind me that he is always there by my side and in front of me. He was the one who led me to Kanchipuram, to Sri Upanishad Brahmendra, who further intensified my love for him because he cares about me specially. He is the one who not only killed 14,000 Rakshasas in Janasthana, he killed all the Arishad Vargas here so that I can go closer to him. That is his love for me. His name is enough to remind me of what is permanent, Nitya, and what is Anitya. His presence in my life has appeared and has appeared to disappear, but it has been constant because he is my Adhara Shakti. every point of my journey, if I look, he sat in my wife's heart, he sat in my child's heart, he sat even in my brother's heart, and he sat in this heart, guiding this entire play. All of this is happening. Why? Why am I able to recognize of this? Because of His grace. Because I did something by His grace to earn it. This particular kriti is very, very special. There are stories connected to this kriti that it said he brought somebody back to life by singing this. But more than focusing on those miracles, what is powerful in this kriti is one of the few that gives evidence of his mantra siddhi. When somebody chanting a certain mantra, when that mantra attains fruit, there are certain byproducts that happen. One of the byproducts of mantra siddhi is if somebody else who you see, if the person who is attained mantra siddhi looks at somebody else, they are able to tell what color devata is around them. So if somebody else in front of them is doing mantra japam, they will be able to tell you the devata that you are worshipping is in this color. That is revealed in this kriti where he says, Na japavarnama, are you the color of my japam? That is a beautiful an upasana rahasyam that is given by various sadhakas who talk about how siddhas are able to see what the charma chakshu, what ordinary eyes cannot. Thyagaraja Swami reaches that state where he's able to, and that is why he says, Na nasika parimalama, are you the beautiful aroma that goes into my nose? Na chupu prakashama, are you the brightness of this eyes that is able to see this? All the pancha karmendriyas, pancha jnanendriyas, pancha tattvas, pancha tanmatras, pancha bhutas, everything he sees Rama in, that is Rama Sakshatkaram. That it is not about an external Rama appearing with Kodandam. That also Bhagavan will do. But he will show you how he is antar bahishta tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitaha. You will see Narayana inside, outside, and that is that moment of recognition. But here is also a very, very powerful moment, because this moment also comes for sadhakas. But what differentiates a sadhaka is not siddhi. It is not the attainment of siddhis. Various granthas talk about how siddhis will come when you are in sadhana dasha. They are part of the interest that you earn on your sadhana. But what do you want? Because if you take those siddhis, you can make vyaparam, you can sell that siddhi, you can sell whatever skill you have and spend your entire life. But if your focus is Him, you have to push away the siddhis and say, I don't care for this. I don't care for whatever else is coming. I want you. Siddhi is the ultimate test to say and to ask, where Paramatma asks, do you want something from me or do you want me? And when that comes, Thyagaraja Swami's approach changes completely. Because at this point he says, I still want you and you alone. And if I want you, I have to let go of any ahankaram. I have to let go of any idea that yes, this Thyagaraja is the one who saw Rama. No, I have to keep that aside. What do I have to do? I have to become your dasa. But there is too much I have to. You have to give me permission to become your dasa. You have to give me the permission to become your bantu. When I become your bantu, when I am at your pada doing seva to you, at that point, all ahankara tyagam will happen and I will be held onto the path that you have chosen for me. That is why he said, Bantu riti kolu iyavayya Rama. You give Rama, not me asking. You give.
Rama Namam mane varakakamivi, Rama Namam mane varakakamivi, Rama Namam mane varakakamivi, Rama Namam mane varakakamivi, Rama Namam mane వరకక నివిరాజిల్లునయ్య త్యాగరాజునికే రామనామమనే వరకక నివిరాజిల్లునయ్య త్యాగరాజునికే బంటు రీతి కోలు తీయవయ్య రామ బంటు రీతి కోలు తీయవయ్య భక్తి బీచమీయవు రమా భక్తి బీచమీయవు రమా భక్తి బీచమీయవు బాబుకమకు సాత్విక భక్తి బీచమీయవు బాబుకమకు సాత్విక భక్తి బీచమీయవు రామ రామ
Bhakti Bhikshameyavaya, give me that Bhakti Bhiksham, because everything else that will come, whether it is Pandityam, Shastram, Vedam, Puranam, Itihasam, all this will come. But you know what that is, Rama? If you take a corpse, you take a dead body and you tie a turban on it, Pranamuleni variki paga chutti. If you tie a turban and then put Vajra and other bhushanas on a dead body, all this jnanam without bhakti is like that, Rama. That is why the only thing I am asking for is not more material for me to read. Give me that bhiksha of bhakti. And what bhakti? Sattvika bhakti that makes me bow down at your feet. That is the only thing I want from you, Rama. Please give me that.
ప్రాణములేని వానికి బంగారు బాగా చూటి ప్రాణములేని వానికి బంగారు బాగా చుట్టి ఆణి వజ్రభూషణముల మందు పెట్టు రీతి ప్రాణములేని వానికి బంగారు బాగా చుట్టి ఆణి వజ్రభూషణముల మందు పెట్టు రీతి జానలకు పురాణాగమ శాస్త్ర వేద జప ప్రసంగ ప్రాణ కల్గియే విభక్త త్యాగరాజనూత రామ భక్తి బీచ జానలకు పురాణాగమ శాస్త్ర వేద జప ప్రసంగ ప్రాణ కల్గియే విభక్త త్యాగరాజనూత రామ భక్తి బీక్ష నీయవే బావుగమగు సాత్విక భక్తి బీచ నీయవే రామ
The blossoming of bhakti happens in different ways for different people. For some, they're so focused on Nirguna Nirakara, on Omkaram. Kabir is one such bhakta. For him, Paramatma is Nada Parabrahma. Thyagaraja Swami also sees Rama as Nada Parabrahma, as Nadam, as sound manifest. But he also has a deep fascination for Rama Kata and for Rama's Swarupam. Three aspects of Bhagavan: Rama Katha, Rama Rupa, Rama Nama. You substitute Rama with Krishna, with Shakti or Shiva, these three aspects remain. The Katha, the Namam and the Rupam. All these three, they go heart and heart with the Bhakta's journey. So as much as Thyagaraja Swami loves and is completely taken in by the idea of Rama being Nirguna Nirakara Parabrahma Tattvam, for him, he also wants to know. And now as that bhakti deepens, he wants to know, I am doing whatever is possible for me by your grace. But I also want to know, some people had extraordinary bhagyam, because some of them did such tapas for you that you pulled them close and you gave them extraordinary favors. Thyagaraja Swami's Apara Rama Bhakti extends not just to people in the Rama Katha, but even to objects. He said, tell me, O Ramachandra, what tapas did that Shiva Chapam do? What tapas did that bow of Shiva do that it got to touch your feet? Something that other people are not able to do. Shiva Chapambu tapamemi jeseno Rama. Tell me that, because I will follow that tapas.
Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Sringara Ramayani, Chintimparadevo Manasa. Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Sringara Ramayani, Chintimparadevo Manasa. Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Sringara Ramayani, Chintimparadevo Manasa. Dharmatma charanam Dharmatma charanam soka shiva chapam Dharmatma charanam soka shiva chapam tapamemi cheseno chapam tapamemi cheseno teliya.
Tell me, what tapas did that Lakshmana Swami do that when Vishwamitra came asking for you, Lakshmana Swami accompanied? Nobody asked Lakshmana Swami to go, but also nobody asked Lakshmana Swami to stay back. And that Lakshmana Swami is Rama Bhakti Pratikam. How we look at Paramatma as that Lakshmana Swami, constantly watching over him and checking, saying, are you okay, Swami? You sleep, I will stay awake. You rest, I will keep guard. That is what bhakti is. You are concerned about the one that you are in love with. When that one is Paramatma, it is called as bhakti.
Tanivara paricharya, tanivara paricharya, seya soumitri munu. Tanivara paricharya, seya soumitri munu. Tapamemi cheseno soumitri, tapamemi cheseno teliya.
Others got to see you from afar and obtain your blessings. But tell me, what did that Janaka do that he had the bhagyam of placing his daughter's hand into yours and seeing this swarupam of both of you all coming together? Janakundu tapamemi jeseno?
Tana tanayanu sagi kanulara kana janakundu. Tana tanayanu sagi kanulara kana janakundu. Tapamemi cheseno janakundu. Tapamemi cheseno teliya.
And the one who placed her hand into yours and then melted into your heart, tell me what tapas that Janaki did that she got to be your Hriday Antarangam. She got to be in your heart and on your left side eternally. Tell me, what tapas did that Janaki do?
Daharambu karuga karamunu bata Janaki. Daharambu karuga karamuna bata Janaki. Tabamemi chesenu Janaki. Tabamemi chesenu Janaki. Tabamemi chesenu తెలియ.
When we look at the charitras of Vagyakaras, especially in the context of charitras that have various layers added to them, because the charitras of Thyagaraja Swami are not limited to the ones that were written when he was physically present. They continue to be written with time, and then various layers get added on. Sometimes miraculous aspects, sometimes these turn from biographies into hagiographies as well. What is interesting is certain krithis we can trace to certain incidents. Certain krithis have an absolute element of mystery in them. When we look at Thyagaraja Swami's life, we have to join the dots and understand that something has happened. One such krithi appears when Thyagaraja Swami says and declares, I have seen him. And we do not know the context of this. The entire story of his brother dropping the idols into the Kaveri, this is a story that comes later. It's not written when he is physically present. So we do not know if people have interpreted it to be this way. But the one composition that comes and bursts out is the composition where he says, I have seen Rama. And that composition is moving to the point where he describes how he saw Rama. There are many compositions like this, but some stand out, and this is one such, where he says, Bharata Lakshmana Shatrughnulu Koluva Pavamana Sutudu Padamulu Patta. That is exactly the Swarupam that you are seeing in front of you today. And I had no idea that Ava would bring this particular one today, that Harini Ava, who organized this program, would bring this patham today. But it is so beautiful how that Rama Sakshatkaram which Thyagaraja Swami had is the exact Rama that we are seeing. And once he describes the same Pattabhimurti that he poked fun of earlier, once he says this, he says, when I have seen this, Kanuguntini Sreeramuni, Kanularada, with my entire eyes. And then he says, is there a greater Anandam than this? Intakanna Anandamemira. That is a moment when we are left to imagine how a bhakta became one with his Bhagavan.
Bharata Lakshmana Shatrughnulu Koluvai. Bharata Lakshmana Shatrughnulu Koluvai. Pavamana Sutudu Padamulu Patta. Bharata Lakshmana Shatrughnulu Koluvai. Pavamana Sutudu Padamulu Patta. Dhirulaina Sugriva Pramukulu. Dhirulaina Sugriva Pramukulu. Dhirulaina Sugriva Pramukulu. Dhirulaina Sugriva Pramukulu. Vinuti Seya Shri Thyagaraja Nedu Kanu Kontini. Sreeramuni 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 Nedu Kanu Kontini. Sani daba dani badaba magari gadaba magari sani daba sari gari ba magari daba maga sani daba maga bada sa sani daba dani badaba magari gadaba magari sani daba sari gari ba magari daba maga sani daba maga bada sari ga ba magari sani da gari ga sani ni da dani badari sa sani daba saba dani ba magari ga sari ga bada sari ga ba magari sani da gari ga sari ni da dani badari sa sani daba saba dani ba magari ga அவதையில் தகன்னானந்தமே ஓ ராம ராம தகன்னானந்தமே ராமா.
The beautiful aspect of a bhakta's charitram is it's like an aroma, it's like a fragrance that spreads to the people around it. Thyagaraja Swami's Dharmapatni was no less of a Rama Bhakta, and she had one wish, that is, she should go as a Punyastri, she should go as a Muttaidua. That is why she predeceases him, and she goes as a Sumangali to Gauri Lokam. And when she is gone, and Thyagaraja Swami's daughter has been married, and she is not with him, at this point, all of the bhakti within him ripens to the point of him taking sannyasam. And when he takes this sannyasam, it is with one singular aspect, that this should be the akhri janmam, this should be the last life. Because one who embarks onto that path of sannyasam has no turning back. One who takes sannyasam takes Omkaram and makes it their Adharam. Omkaram is Nada Parabrahma, Nada Parabrahma is Rama. That aspect Thyagaraja Swami spent his whole life on, and that is when he took that sannyasam, and when he was 5 days away from attaining his Rama Padam, at that point he gives a confirmation to us that indeed I saw Rama, and what a majestic view of Rama he had. Tulsidas describes this in the Lanka Kanda of Ramcharitamanas, where he says that when Rama was coming with the Vanarasena into Lanka, before that there is a small hillock that they had to cross. On top of that hillock, Rama stood and he looked into the entire city of Lanka. Tulsidas adds something there. He says, those who think of Rama standing atop of that hill, those who see Rama standing atop that hill was called Suvela Parvatam, but those who see Rama atop any hill, they can be assured that that is the last janmam for them, and their moksham is soon to come. Thyagaraja Swami has exactly this dhyanam. This is the most perfect example to talk about how bhakti will showcase something that is hidden within Puranas and Itihasas, will become an experience, will become a life experience for somebody. Thyagaraja Swami said in an immortal composition, what we consider to be as a penultimate composition, Giripai Nelakonna Ramuni. I have seen that Rama who is atop that hill, and that I have seen without fail. That vision, when Thyagaraja Swami has, Rama speaks to him there and he says, you have Padiputala Karmasesham. You have roughly 5 days. 1 day is divided as per some records into 2 putas. So you have 5 days left here, 10 putas of karma. Do that and you will come straight to me. That bhavam for Thyagaraja Swami is so strong. Now it is Anandam within him, Anandam around him. And Thyagaraja Swami no longer identifies with a name, with a kulam, with anything. He is completely merged. He becomes a Jivan Mukta. He becomes somebody who is freed even when he is in the body. And to such a Jivan Mukta alone, Parabrahma gives a Divya Darshanam. And that Darshanam is so joyous that Thyagaraja Swami outpours that joyous Darshanam as the one who gives him Ananda Karaka, and not just to him, to the entire world, Jagadananda Karaka. That is that bhavam there.
Jagadananda Karaka, 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 Janaki Prananayaka, Jaya Janaki Prananayaka, Jaya Janaki Prananayaka, Jaya Janaki Prananayaka, Jaya Janaki ಕುಮುದಹಿತ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣ ಅನಕ ಸುರ ಸುರಭೂತದಿ ಪಯೋನಿವಾಸ ಹರಣ ಸುಂದರ ತರವದನ ಸುರ ಮಯವ ಗೋ ಬೃಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಸಾನಂದಮ ಪರಾಜರಾಪ್ತ ಶುಭಕರ ಅನೇಕ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಸಮಾನಗಾತ್ರ ಶಶಿ ಪರಿಸುತ ಶ್ರೀಮತಗ ಅನುರಾಗರಾಗರಾಜಿತ ಕಥಾ ಸಾರಗಿದ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಕಾರಕ ಪಂಚರಕೀರ ಪುರಹರ ಸರೋಜ ಭವಕೇಶವ ಓಂಕಾರ ಪಂಚರಕೀರ ಪುರಹರ ಸರೋಜ ಭವಕೇಶವ ನಿರೂಪವ ಸವರಿ ಭುಜನ ಕಾಂತಕ ಕಲಾಧರ ಕಲಾಧರಾಬ್ದ ಗೃಹಾಕ ಶರಣಾಗತ ಜನಪಾಲನ ಸುಮನೋ ರಮಣ ನಿರ್ವಿಕಾರ ನಿಗಮ ಸಾರದರ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಗಣಿತ ಗುಣಗಣ ಕಚೇಲ ಸಾಲ ವಿದಳನಾರುಣ ಬಸಮ ನಚರಣ ಅಪಾರ ಮಹಿಮಾದ್ಭುತ ಸುಖ ವಿಜನ ಸದನ್ ಸುರಮುನಿ ಗಣ ವಿಹಿತ ಕಲಸನಿಂದ ರಮಣ ಪಾಪಕ ಸಿಂಹವರ ತ್ಯಾಗರಾಜಾದಿರುದ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಕಾರಕ ಜಯ ಜಾನಕಿ ಪ್ರಾಣ ನಾಯಕ ನಿ ನಿಪಮ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಪಮ ಗಮ ಬನಿ ಸರಿ ಗಮ ರಿ ಸನಿ ರಿ ಸನಿ ಬಸನಿ ಪಮ ಜಗದಾರ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಪಪ ಮರಿ ಸ ಗಮ ಬನಿ ಬನಿ ಸರಿ ಸನಿ ಸದಾನಿ ಪಮ ಗಮ ಬನಿ ಸರಿ ಗಮ ರಿ ಮಮ ರಿ ಸರಿ ಸನಿ ರಿ ಸನಿ ಬನಿ ಸನಿ ಮಮ ರಿ ಸನಿ ರಿ ಸನಿ ಪಮ ಸದಾ ಸಕಲ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಕಾರಕ ಸದಾ ಸಕಲ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಕಾರಕ ಸನಿ ಪಮರಿ ಸಪ ಪಮ ಗಮ ಬನಿ ಸನಿ ರಿ ಸನಿ ಬನಿ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಗಮ ರಿ ಸನಿ ಗಮ ರಿ ಸನಿ ಮಮ ರಿ ಸತಿ ಸದಾ ನಿ ಬನಿ ಪ ಅನೇಕ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಕಾರಕ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಕಾರಕ ರಿ ಗಮ ರಿ ಸನಿ ರಿ ಸನಿ ಬಮ ಗಮ ರಿ ಸರಿ ಗಮ ರಿ ಸಪ ಮನಿ ಬಸನಿ ಮಮ ರಿ ಗಮ ರಿ ಸದ್ದಿ ರಿ ಗಮ ಬನಿ ಸನಿ ಬನ್ನಿ ರಿ ಗಮ ಬನಿ ಸ ಅಖಿಲ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಕಾರಕ ರಿ ಗಮ ಬನಿ ಸ ಅಖಿಲ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಕಾರಕ pa ma ma pa 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 ni ni pa ma ga ma pa ni ni pa ma pa ma ri sa ri ga ma pa pa ni ni pa ma pa ni ni pa ma pa ni ni pa ma ni pa ma ga ma pa ma ri sa ri ga ma pa 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 ni ma 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 pa ga ma ni pa sa ni ri sa ni pa ma ri sa ri ga ma pa pa ni ni pa ma ri sa ri ga ma pa 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 sa ni pa ma pa ma ri sa ri ga ma pa sa ni pa ma ga ma ri sa ri ga ma pa sa ni ri sa ni pa ma ri sa ri ga ma pa sa ri ri ga ga ma pa pa ni pa ma ga ma pa sa ni ri sa ni pa ma ri sa ri ga ma pa pa ni pa ma ga ma pa pa ni pa ma ga ma pa sa ni pa ma ga ma pa ni pa ri sa ni pa ma ga ma pa pa ni pa ma ga ma pa ni pa ma ga ma pa ni pa ma ga ma pa ni pa 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 ma ni pa ma ga ma pa ni pa ma ga pa ma ni pa ma ga ma pa ni pa ma ga ma ri sa ri sa ma ma ri sa pa ma ma ri sa ri ga ma pa ma ga ma pa ma pa ni pa ma pa ni pa ma pa ga ma pa ni ni sa ni pa ma ga ma pa ni sa ni sa ri sa ma pa ni sa ri sa ri sa ni sa ri sa ni sa ri sa ni sa ri sa ni sa ri ga ma ri sa ni sa pa ma ga ma ri sa ni sa ri ga ma ri sa ni sa pa ma ga ma ri sa ni sa ni ba sa ba ri sa ni ba pa ri sa ri ga ma pa ma ga ma ri sa ni pa ma ga ma pa ni sa ri ga ma ri sa ni pa ri sa ni pa ma ga ma pa ma pa ni sa ni sa ma ri sa ri ga ma ri sa pa ni sa ni ba ri ga ma ri sa pa ni sa ni ba ri ga ma ri sa pa ni sa ni ba ri ga ma ri sa ga ma ri sa ni pa ma sa da sa ga la ri ga ma ri sa pa ni sa ni ba ri ga ma ri sa pa ni sa ni ba ri ga ma ri sa pa ni sa ni ba ri ga ma ri sa ni sa ri ga ma pa ma ga ma pa ni pa ma pa ki la ri ga ma ri sa pa ni sa ni ba ri ga ma ri sa pa ni sa ni ba ri ga ma ri sa pa ni sa ni ba ri ga ma ri sa ma ri sa ni ba ri sa ni pa ma Thyagaraja dinu da Jagadananda jaya janaki ayaka
For a bhakta to take Rama Namam, spend his whole life obsessing with that Namam, then coming up with a composition which has 108 names of Rama but does not have Rama in it. To such a bhakta who uses this kriti to explain what Rama Namam means. Rama Namam means, Rama means one who gives Anandam to the entire universe, Jagadananda Karaka. Rama Namam means one which is eternally victorious, Sada Sakala. Rama Namam is that Namam which controls endless galaxies, Akhila Jagadananda Karaka. Every aspect of this kriti is not only a magnum opus, it is a rahasyam, it is a Rama Rahasya Yantram and a Tantram. But to such a Bhagavatottama, where does he take us and leave us? Not in a way where we're left confused, but he takes us straight from here and places us where? At the spot where we are sharing space with someone else. Who is that someone else? The one whose Smaranam on Shanivaram is special. That Pavamana Sutudu is standing right in front of us. That is where Thyagaraja Swami's ultimate vision is, that every bhakta should reach there. Reach where? That place where Pavamana Sutudu Padamalu Pattu, Padaravindamalu, to those beautiful lotus feet that are held by Pavamana Sutudu, may I attain that bhakti, and may the names, may the various forms of those names eternally ring in my ears, and most importantly in my heart, because when they do, there will be Mangalam all around. That is Thyagaraja's Hridayam, and that is why there cannot be a better way to conclude this offering to Sri Sitarama with those words of that bhakta.
నీ నామ రూపములకు నిత్య జయ మంగళం ప్రహ్లాద నారదాగి భక్తులు పొగడుచుండే నీ నామ రూపములకు నిత్య జయ మంగళం పవమాన పాదారవిందములకు నీ నామ రూపములకు నిత్య జయ మంగళం రాజీవ నయన త్యాగరాజాది వినుతమైన నీ నామ రూపములకు నిత్య జయ మంగళం.
After this most engrossing evening, may I request all of you to be please seated for a few more minutes. We have invited one of Karnataka's finest musicians of the finest caliber, Sampagodu Vignaraja, to share a few words and his thoughts on the evening today, and also felicitate these wonderful artists on the dais. So please bear with us for a few more minutes, requesting Vignaraja to come on board.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. After such a beautiful Rama Darshana, athwa Rama Bhakti Darshana, through Thyagaraja's composition by such a beautiful orator, such a Vagmi, such a Saraswati Putra, Vinay Varanasi, what could anybody speak about it? Because all that need to be conveyed has been conveyed through his brilliance, oratorship, and the knowledge that is flowing from within. He is not referring to anything, he's just going on. And the way right from the beginning. It was for our surprise, it was a very slightly unusual beginning. When Vaibharamani started Enta Muddo, Enta Sugasu on his violin, there was only violin to begin with. And the theme that they took, Ninda to Ananda. So right from the beginning, there was a cascade of compositions that was flowing in bits and pieces, like as in required. Whatever the way, what is relevant to the occasion, to the context, that was just flowing like that. So the cascade of compositions, if I just go on mention it, almost it was like about 35, 36 compositions here and there. And in Carnatic music, this Matu Dhatu Samanvaya is so important and relevant. And it was so obvious and so that prominence was given to that in today's presentation. Matu Dhatu is the verse, lyrics, and the Dhatu is the music. There is a shloka in Sanskrit. Sangeetamapi sahityam saraswatyah stanadvayam ekamapat madharam anya alochanaamratam. That means Sangeeta ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಧಿದೇವತೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ತಾಯಿಯ ಎರಡು ಸ್ತನಗಳಂತೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಏಕಮಾಪಾತ ಮಧುರಂ, ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ ದಟ್ ಮಾಧುರ್ಯ. ಅನ್ಯ ಆಲೋಚನಾಮೃತಂ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ವೆನ್ ಯು reason about it, when you analyze it, you will feel the bhavana behind it, and you will feel the impact of that. In usual kacheris, when we just go on sing the same compositions, all that we will be focusing on will be raga elaboration, the manodharma of the musicians, the musicianship, and gripping on the overall tempo of the concert, the creativity area of the musicians, and so on. Different, elements we will be focusing on. But today's concert was so different and so unique. He just took through all the audience in this Rama Bhakti through the Thyagaraja's composition, and all those compositions you would have heard in different concerts. You would have had a different experience today, and that definitely needed that standing ovation, very, very deservingly, and you all did that too. That spoke volume. So if I just go through the cascade of compositions that was used today, Enta Muddo, Enta Sugaso, Upacharamu Cheseva, and Ninda Sudi Adigi Sukhamu in Madhimati, Eti Janma Vidha, Me Valla Gunadosha maybe. Interesting part was that Me Valla Gunadosha maybe and Aparadhinananda, Aparadhayana illa, they nicely interwoven together and did some beautiful Saraprastara. Srivatsan did a beautiful job. And the combination of Matu Dhatu in the form of Vinay Varanasi and Srivatsan, it was exactly like Vinay Varanasi was analyzing the compositions, sahitya, and the context, the meaning and the beauty that Tyagaraja would have felt, the bhakti aspect. And to complement that, Srivatsan was singing so beautifully the same composition. especially what was relevant to the context, he was singing that part of the composition. And along with this beautiful two artists, we had Vaibhav accompanying so sensitively, so beautifully, and our own Anur Vinod Sham, who is from a music lineage. They all together did such a wonderful job, and they all made you all get drenched in the music ocean, this Rama Bhakti Rasa. So, thank you so much for this wonderful evening. How much ever I talk about this beautiful event that they have so commendably, presented, that's not enough. So with that, I'll just hand over the mic to Harini Amma.
It's a great attendance. Actually, they have been able to do the job, I think, even better than what they have been doing in other places. But just the presence made the difference. What do you say, Vinay?
I just want to say, when Ava first reached out and said that she had seen Ninda to Ananda, because the first version of this is on YouTube, as some of you may have seen, and when she reached out and said, let's do the same program, immediately my response was, but it's already on YouTube. Who's going to come? But thank you so much for proving us completely wrong, and for also reminding us, I think, in a time where digital viewership has increased to the point that we always somehow tend to lean towards that. Thank you for reminding us that there is nothing to change the environment of a packed audience and an artist that just completely lose themselves. And that has been possible for us because of such a phenomenal team. I would be failing in my duty if I don't mention that Srivatsan is such a thinking and a feeling musician that he puts together things in such a seamless way. It comes together effortlessly, and Vaibhav and Vinod Shyam are such gems, and we are extremely lucky to have presented this to all of you and extremely grateful for this opportunity. So with that, Swasti and Shubharatri.